from Skies of Ember, nag-solo ka, di ba?
Yeah.
You were called Dot the Goth.
Yeah.
The sound, the image, di ba? The way you dressed.
So I maintain the peace, a lot of patience to be able to connect with the community.
Alright, Dot, so let's start with Skies of Ember. I met you during that time. Anong year siya nabuo as a band?
Around 94, 95, and then, yeah, that's it.
In my head kasi, nung una kong napanood ng Skies of Ember, parang showgaze.
We're not really aiming for that or like conceptualizing anything, but we're heavily influenced by the Cactus Twins, which is a dream pop / shoegaze. But back then, yung typecast or yung labeling is not as brutal as now.
Now, yes.
But I understand that because that's for like, clarification, something like that. I understood it along the way. Pero nung una talagang medyo pumapalag ako.
Hindi, pero
because we do things naturally.
Saka nung time na yon, kayo lang yung ganun yung tunog. Mga handful lang kayo eh.
Yeah.
Diba? Walang-wala. Nung ganyang panahon, 93-94, it was either death metal, punk, yung sa eksena na to diba? For this sound. So, napaka-distinct nung Skies of Ember nun.
Yeah.
Naalala ko na parang mapupunta kayo sa isang lineup, tapos biglang, wow, ibang-iba to Tapos, nabanggit mo sa akin kanina, magre-release kayo ng...
Yeah, best of ng vinyl. Yeah, under name is Diamante. Under Gray Market Records, I think.
Nice.
Simplify it, it's ethereal. Parang gano'n, ethereal, shoegaze.
You were called Dot the Goth.
Yeah.
The sound, the image. Nag-solo ka, di ba? Natuloy ba yung tunog? Nag-iba ka ng tunog?
Well, the transition is writing Tagalog songs because I never did that in Skies of Ember. So when I did something with Cinema Explosion with some old friends and new ones, I did that exactly, like Tagalog songs. And eventually now, at the present, doing Dot Seki and the Seeds of Light.
Is that your solo?
It's a combination of a lot of things in the past. In terms of the name, kasi inabot kami ng lockdown eh. No one was writing about music. I don't want to start from scratch, so I used my name. And it took me another 2 years to expand it to Dot Seki and the Seeds of Light. We did some recordings, and what I've already written like 7-8 years ago. So I had this opportunity to record songs.
As in the City, medyo nakakabaliw. Malamang, maganda yung na-produce, mas inspired ka.
Yeah, na-polish ko yung mga materials.
Better. There's no distractions.
Wala.
Naipit ka? Or naabutan ka sa Puerto Galera? Or pumunta ka?
Well, naipit ako talaga. Nan-stuck ako doon. And at that time, yun yung yun talagang gusto ko lang nasa isla lang eh. And it's so accessible.
It's easy.
In terms of Manila. If you have a gig in Manila.
Nakakatawid ka during hardcore lockdown?
No. It took some time, of course, like more or less 4 to 6 months.
Lockdown sa PG, napakaswerte ng situation mo, di ba?
Yeah.
How many songs?
Something like 11 songs. But most of this are...
Old na.
No, been written like 7-8 years back, some of them. But the thing is, what do you call that? Not rewrite, what do you call that? Yung...
Na-rearrange.
Arrangement
lang, areglo, inibal mo yung... Basically, na-polish mo siya.
Na-polish, yeah.
You lived also up in the mountains. I want to talk about your life in Baguio.
Yeah.
We did the Art Congress together. Based ka na ba sa Baguio nun?
No. I mean, the energy of Baguio, ever since, creates this huge prana, which is a creative power or creative force to create. They're not really that welcoming, a lot of them.
Our friends are very territorial.
Yeah, so I maintain the peace and a lot of patience to be able to connect with the community. But the important thing is what I wrote what I wrote in Baguio.
Hear the music playing, hear the music die, but the simple truth is the only way to our hearts.
called Storm Passing. Kasi September yun bagyo.
Baguio level.
Bagyo
storm.
level, bagyo level.
Okay. So, now we'll touch. Naging art curator ka rin at some point.
Yes, in some point, I did
Anong-
curating. I think the last time that I did was in Makati.
Pero anong year to nagsimula sa career mo?
A few years before I went to Baguio. And then I stopped doing it when I was in Baguio because I just want to observe and learn things. That's how I think I roll or how I wanted to learn something. I don't engage. I observe, I learn something. So, pero hindi na bumalik eh.
Pero nabanggit mo rin, naging artist agent ka by accident.
By accident, yeah. I didn't really knew at that time that it was artist management when you kind of appraise something.
Yeah.
Because a lot of artists, especially my friends who are humble enough not to really overprice their work,
Yeah.
I kind of get into the game. But masyado yatang maaga yung
Pasok
pagtigil
mo.
ko. Pagtigil ko. Late na yung pagpasok ko. and then
pero
maaga
maaga yung
yung
natigil.
And then eventually, I went to Mindoro. After a few months in Manila, I went to Mindoro. Imagine the parties between 2018 and 19, yung punuan pa yung bars kahit harapan.
All the
Kahit harapan,
festivals,
puno!
Yeah.
And now that we're back for like around 2 to 3 years, hindi na ma-repeat yung
Wala
solid na gano'n. I don't know if it's still going to happen.
It will, pero
Eventually,
nag-iba na rin eh. Again, the world changed, people changed. Everything changed during that time, di ba? So, now let's talk about the new album that's coming out. Okay, so can we talk about...
Actually, it's already
Love
out
and- Okay.
late last year. And it was produced by a good friend, Noel de Brackenhay. Probably almost like 3 decades before we actually happened or materialized.
decades.
Yeah, yung the old days, he always tells me,
Let's do it.
one time, Dot, I'm going to kidnap your band and stay there for a week in the studio, and then eventually I'm just going to release you when you come up with something like an album. I had the opportunity to work with this one guy that I've known him for the longest time. His name is Gairin de Gueira or Wawi. He's a drummer and keyboardist of Iconoclast.
Oh my God,
Iconoclast.
tropa ko yun.
The Dread Band, man. Club Dread
Yung
Band. Si Mark.
Growl,
Si Mark.
napahigop.
Si Mark yun. Mark is...
So si Mark nandito pumalo?
No. That's Wawi. That's Wawi already.
Okay. Wait, so ano si Wawi?
Drummer siya dyan.
Pero
Drummer siya
Iconoclast siya dati.
dyan. Yeah. But now I forgot. He was a keyboard player and songwriter also for Iconoclast. No, not a drummer. I remember,
Si
yeah,
Mark
you're
yun.
right.
Grabe.
Mark Berton.
Oo.
Yeah.
Grabe yung Iconoclast.
Some of those tracks are also a collaboration with our good friend Red Eye, with some of those
Songs.
tracks. Yeah, I think 4 out of 6.
Wow.
Yeah, but I just learned last year that we did the whole thing was more than an hour, so it's considered as an album according to Mr. Noel de Brackenhay.
No, if it's over an hour,
Yeah.
considered an album, not
Yeah.
a single album. Wow, so pati si Red.
Yeah.
So Red basically co-produced a couple of tracks dito with you.
No, co-written.
Co-written.
We already recorded that one with the first album, Without the Seeds of Light. It's an electronic album called...
Separate.
Yeah, Distance from Reality. And some of those tracks, we did like a band version of it. So those are the tracks.
So meron ka rin
there.
side project with Red na electronica.
It started out as a side project, but he decided na, hindi, gawin mo ng solo yan, pare. Sabi ko, shit talaga, solid talagang.
Hindi, kasi na-realize niya, solid to. Gawin mo ng solo.
Narespeto ko na lang yung gusto niyang mangyari. Pero at first, I was like, no, this is like
Together,
a collab.
oh,
It's
together,
a collab,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like, and then our good friend Astrid got pregnant. So it was so blasting yung pare.
okay.
So I pushed it, but it's much better if it's the whole production itself. But
As a collaborative project.
Yeah.
Yung iba na kanta na from that album is here.
yep, like Changing Ways, Karma Loop,
Bass.
Days of
Ito.
Confusion, yeah.
Nice.
Sure.
So are you playing some of this
Later? No,
Yeah.
eventually no.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
gonna play something that I wrote in Baguio.
Nice.
And 2 electronic dance hits from the 90s, which request ng good friend.
Nice.